Hey everyone, thank you for coming to our live stream for God Eater Resurrection. I am David Lee, community member on Bandai Namco's team, and we have here Steven Akata from our brand manager, who's the brand manager for God Eater, and also a lot of other anime titles. With that, thank you so much again for joining us, guys. We really appreciate it. We're going to be showing off some gameplay. We're going to be giving away some cool prizes. It's going to be pretty amazing. But with that, regarding God Eater, if you can give like I guess a really short, Twitter like post about it, what would you say God Eater is?
Wait, how many characters do I get for that?
That's like 140. Putting you on the spot.
God Eater is really it's this story about humanity's at the brink, and there's these oracle cells. This is not going to be Twitter size.
Sure.
Oracle cells that they have this insatiable hunger.
Sure.
They just basically devour anything around them, and then they come together as like they aren't individual pieces. Like they come together as like kind of a hive mind.
Okay.
And as they come together, they form these things that are called origami, that are like these big, crazy-looking monsters.
Yeah.
And humanity is basically pushed up against a wall because no weapons work against them. So everything's gone post-apocalyptic. It's gone crazy. There's this organization called the Fenrir organization, and they figured out a way of basically turning the monsters against themselves.
Oh yes.
So with these God Eaters, who are the main cast of characters that are in this game, they wield these God Arc weapons. They're these big weapons that are basically made out of the same materials as origami. So they're able to use that to fight against them. So, in a nutshell, I mean, it's really just kind of humanity fighting back against a great evil that's kind of decimating our species.
Gotcha.
But then there's also a lot more to the story than just that. Like that's kind of like at surface level, you got it. There's monsters, but once you get deeper into the story, it's really, really interesting. Like how deep the story actually is.
Like politics, just people being people, things like that. Thank you. With that too, guys, if you have any questions regarding God Eater Resurrection, please let us know in the Twitch chat. We actually have Jay, our awesome community manager, answering questions, responding to you guys back there. So please ask any questions with that. And the prizes we're actually going to give away today are a copy of God Eater Resurrection. It's going to be a digital copy, and it'll be your platform of choice, which is going to be PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, or Steam.
Yep.
Which is awesome, because I always need more games for my PlayStation Vita. Love it. And with that, you can. The other prize is going to be stuff you see in front of me, except the laptop. Is essentially it's like an anime pack. So you're going to get this little buildable Naruto, I guess, character. I don't know what the exact name would be. Papercraft. You get this cool Naruto headband. You're going to get free games. I'm not going to lift the code because it actually shows off the code. I don't know when people get that. But you're going to get all these prizes just for watching and just by participating in our chat. So it's going to be pretty awesome. But I guess at this point, let's just jump into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be playing a mission, and Steven, you can definitely kind of guide me through because I am a bit of a God Eater novice. I feel ashamed to say that.
You're a new Fenrir recruit.
Yes, you can say that. Just like the character in the game.
Exactly.
All right,
exactly.
Awesome. But with that, with God Eater Resurrection, these God Eater games have been. This is the what iteration of this game would this be?
So God Eater is really interesting. Like it's last year was its 5-year anniversary.
Oh.
It's hugely popular in Japan. And it's this kind of unique like monster slaying game. Like most monster slayers, it's that kind of formula of you're jumping into battles, battling big monsters, looting, going back, rinse and repeat.
Gotcha.
God Eater is really unique in that it has a very robust story that kind of carries everything along. So that's kind of one of the things that has really kind of made the fans of the series kind of grasp to it, is that you have these very unique characters that have really strong backgrounds that each of them can kind of you identify with them more. Yeah. It's like rather than just partying up with NPC A, you're actually partying up with characters that you're familiar with, so you feel more of a connection with the party members that you're actually going out with.
Oh yeah, so obviously the main character or the character that's always touted around is like Alicia. She's always well known. And you can instantly point her out. These characters like Soma and things like that. So I always appreciate seeing those characters, those faces again, those personalities.
Yeah, but God Eater Resurrection is actually the third iteration of the same game. So it came out originally as God Eater on PSP.
Sure.
It was re-released as God Eater Burst, which added in added in some of the weapons, some of the origami, some of the things that were added into God Eater 2, came back into God Eater Burst. God Eater Resurrection, this is the newest iteration that brings it to PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Steam is actually new for the Western release.
Which I know a lot of people are happy about.
No, it's I mean, it's super exciting. I mean, this is going to fit perfectly on the Steam platform. But this one, it takes, it's all the graphics have been greatly improved. I mean, you can see how it's hard to believe that this used to be a PSP game.
Oh yeah, it's
looking
crazy.
at it, like I'm always quite impressed by just kind of like running through the game and just seeing like how beautiful it is. But it also adds in some story that's helps bridge the gap between God Eater Resurrection and God Eater 2 Rage Burst.
Gotcha.
Because Rage Burst actually takes place 3 years after this story. So there's this kind of gap where they can like kind of add in some more stuff that shows the continuity between the two.
Gotcha.
And then there's some really cool stuff like the Predator style that's in this game.
Predator style. Oh, I think I pulled that off.
Like if you hold down the triangle button right now, or like that upward attack that you just did, it's the way that you're able to use your God Arc to devour origami and actually steal like special bullets. So you got your what are those? Prism bullets?
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
So there's a lot of like cool stuff that's been added. So like you figure like this is the third iteration of the game, but we're really lucky in the West is that we had God Eater Burst came out on PSP, but it was right at the end of the life cycle, so a lot of people really didn't get a chance to experience it.
Me being one of them, yeah.
So we're kind of getting like the best version of this game for its kind of re-debut outing, so to speak.
Yeah. You could call it, I guess, like the definitive version.
Yeah, definitely.
And people, I'm always a fan. If I know I can save money or save time or possibly get all my content in one single package, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the opportunity to do that because I'm lazy. But with this, I've been kind of slashing some origami around, things like that. With this, we have, like, there's many different weapon variants, and we can definitely show you after we finish this mission, but can you tell us a few of them? Yeah,
so, I mean, you can see that you're a new type God Eater. So you have the special ability of being able to transform your God Arc from a blade-style weapon to a gun-style weapon. Yeah. A lot of your party members, some of them are actually the older style God Eaters where it's like they can only wield one type of weapon. I think Alicia is the only person in your party right now that is also a new type God Eater.
Oh, wow.
So she has a variable God Arc. But you're using just like a regular type of quick blade. So then that one, it's like, it does a good amount of damage, but the idea is that, it gives you a lot faster movement.
Oh, yes.
But there's also larger blunt swords, there's a hammer, there's a spear, there's scythes, and there's so many different types of weapons that you're able to craft in the game and, and collect. So the cool thing about this game is that depending on how you like to play these types of games, it still gives you those options. Like you're not like locked into a certain player class. Like you can change it on the fly and you can feel like, oh, I like to just like kind of go in really aggressive and just like, I want to get as many hits as possible. And I want to be able to like dash quickly out of there. Or you're someone who's like a bit more like, I like to be more of a tank where I just want to like bash them with like my giant weapon. So, and then even if you wanted to be more of on the gun side, there's sniper rifle, there's cannon, there's like kind of like a Gatling style weapon, a shotgun. And again, you can, there's ways for you to be able to kind of rest and focus on that type of weapon usage. So if you look at that, the green bar that's up at the top, that's actually your bullet gauge for the bullets that you have. And it's interesting, like, so I said how the God Arcs are made of the same materials that
as the origami
are. Your bullets are also made out of the same stuff.
Which, I noticed is like the more I attack, the more hits I get off on the origami, it refills more. And I kind of learned that as I played naturally through the game, which is fantastic.
Your weapon's technically devouring that monster bit by bit, and that's where it's getting its bullets back. And depending on the type of gun that you have, like there is a gun, there is a type of bullet that you can shoot that doesn't do very much damage, but it will return back a little bit of that gauge for you.
I see.
But so if you're someone who likes to play as like a sniper, you can still play from a distance
and still be able to continue to get bullets and more bullets. That's awesome. Okay.
But I mean, if you're really getting into this game, like it's one of the really cool parts is being able to change between these two types of weapon styles and finding that right balance between the two.
That definitely gives you that variety of gameplay, which I always appreciate. And like, as viewers can clearly see, I'm terrible at this game. I'm losing a lot of health. I've been getting hit a lot.
Well, just bring up your item menu.
Oh, yeah.
So like, you have different types of things where you can just use restore pills. I like that one, the restore post. That one is cool because like you throw it out there and not only you, but like your team members can walk into it, and then that way you're creating kind of like a little health node for them. That's
awesome. Oh no, he's eating the items. But yeah, like one thing I wanted to say that is the NPCs or AIs in the game, or especially your party members, are very smart.
Yeah.
And like I've noticed they've been healing me as I've been getting hit multiple times. So, and they seem to be very aggressive when they need to, and kind of like, and with this ability, we can also kind of give them commands to say, hey, let's split up. We just happen to defeat them with my teammates' awesome abilities. But with that, it's pretty great. So with that, I'm gonna devour this and pick up any other items on the map. Oh yeah, this one thing I really appreciate about the God Eater series is the fast and fluidity of the combat. It definitely can, like, I love games like Devil May Cry and games where you kind of can build that combo meter, or just you can deal out the most damage, find the weak points with certain monsters. This game kind of gives that same feeling, but definitely in that much greater scope.
And it's like, there's also like these really big, difficult monsters that you have to fight, and you get the same. I mean, like we just released Dark Souls 3. Oh yes. That kind of like same feeling of like being able to surpass like this kind of impossible odds, and that kind of joy that you get where you're just like, I finally got this guy, like So I think it has some of those same kind of payoff qualities from a player perspective. Different type of difficult kind of game, but
you might get knocked out a couple of times, might even lose. But at that point, you can change up your strategy, maybe change your weapon, change your bullets, and at that point, come back in, take them down, and have a great sense of accomplishment.
The nice thing is that if you do fall in battle, your party members will assist you.
Oh yes. Unfortunately, unless you're playing when Dark Souls, if you happen to summon someone else out, but usually I try to play alone.
There's less help than in that game.
even when you go down in the anyways. But at this point, we'll let Steven jump in. Maybe we can show off some of the weapons as we mentioned before. And at that point, do we have any questions from the chat?
We have a lot of questions.
Thank you, chat.
People are asking about the the multiplayer components.
Sure.
And if you guys could talk a little bit about those, whether it's online or offline, how people can play.
So for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita version, there is crossplay and cross-save, so that's really cool. You can play up to 4 people in your party online.
Ooh, awesome.
And like one of the things I've been telling a lot of people is that because there is this story behind these characters, I feel like when I'm playing with live friends or when I'm playing with the NPCs, it feels really seamless. Like you still care about the party that you have. You're not just like, oh, Alicia, she's laying there dead. Like that's okay. It's like no,
she'll just come back.
You care about them like they're your friends. Like that's kind of like one of the joys about being like an otaku is that like you're familiar. hey, I'm proud of that. It's that thing where it's like you really get immersed into these stories, these anime characters, and you really kind of feel like you're a part of that, and that's kind of the cool thing about God Eater.
Oh yeah, it's and one of the things I mentioned before, I can't wait to play this on the PlayStation Vita. And a lot of people I'm seeing in chat are so excited about the crossplay between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. So people on PlayStation Vita Island can definitely migrate with the giant airship that is the PlayStation 4 and like play among one another and enjoy that. Do we have another question, Jay? Or
I don't know if you guys have this scheduled for a different time, but everybody wants to know about when they can pre-order, what are all the bonuses and all the different platforms, and what that whole system looks like.
Sure.
They want to know. Basically, they all want to buy it. They want to know how and
yes.
when they can buy it.
So we have this really, really cool offer. I'm super excited for us to be able to offer this in the West. It's if you pre-order God Eater 2 Rage Burst, there's multiple ways that you're able to get God Eater Resurrection for free. We did this before with, what was the title? Sword Art Online Lost Song. There was a digital offer that we had where if you pre-order digitally, then you would be able to
get re-hollow fragments on the PlayStation 4 for free.
Yep. So the multiple offers that we have, there's the package offer, which is the day 1 edition. We announced that maybe just like about a week or so ago. That one is exclusive to PlayStation 4. It includes a voucher code for God Eater Resurrection, and it has the collaboration anime DLC. So we have costumes for your main character for based off of Sword Art Online Hollow Realization, and for Tales of Zestiria, and for Tokyo Ghoul,
which
is a
that's
personal
crazy.
favorite of
Yeah.
mine. So
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure I'm going to shun by everyone. I've heard really great things about it, but it's
Okay.
crazy to have such an IP like that in one of our games. So that's fantastic. Well, I think one of the mission we're doing right now that Steven's playing is the like a harder mission. It is like a boss battle essentially.
it's hard to talk and play this mission.
That's
at the same
true.
time.
That's true.
So okay, so and going back to the offers that we have. So also for PlayStation 4, starting when God Eater Resurrection releases on 6/28,
Okay.
you're going to be able to pre-order God Eater 2 Rage Burst, and you're going to be able to download God Eater Resurrection for free right then. So you can get started
What?
playing it right away. You know, we wanted to make sure that we were kind of accommodating both the fan segment that, you know, a lot of anime gamers I know are really, really passionate about packaged goods. So, you know, they're like, hey, if this is coming out on disc, I'm going to really want this game on disc. So we have the offer there for PS4. And then for people that are more on the digital side where it's like, you know, hey, I'm all about, you know, just having all this stuff on my kit. I want to be able to play it like right away. Then you can go on the digital side, which is really great. For Steam fans, you can, it's going to be a bundle of God Eater Resurrection and God Eater 2 Rage Burst. And that is going to be available throughout the whole time the title is available. It's just that you have to pre-order to get that collaboration DLC.
Oh wow.
And have you covered the price points for each of them? A lot of people are asking about those.
So it's going to be $59.99 for the PS4 version, $49.99 for the Steam version, and $39.99 for PlayStation Vita.
And that's God Eater 2 or that's God Eater Resurrection?
That our God Eater Resurrection is going to be $19.99.
Yeah, $19.99 for God Eater Resurrection, Rage Burst 2, $39.99. Oh, the other $99.99, and then for both it's $49.99 on Steam, which is crazy. With that, let's jump into our first giveaway. We mentioned before we'll be giving away an anime pack and a copy of God Eater Resurrection on your platform of choice, PlayStation Vita, PS4, or Steam. At this point, I'll give you guys a very simple question that you guys can probably find places, and it's more related to what I'm familiar with, the anime for God Eater. Could you just give us the main character's name in the series for God Eater that's out currently? So just the main character's name. You have to give me his full name. Just his first name is fine. So we'll give people 2 to 3 minutes, and then Jay will find a random...
The main character of the anime's name.
Yeah, of the anime for God Eater that's out currently right now. Just the main character's name. We'll give you 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll award the first prize to you. You can win items as cool as... Ooh, pull this sucker out. Like these Digimon stickers. Ooh. And also copy the game, a lot of this other stuff you see on this table here, free games on Steam, like a month-long subscription for Funimation, things like that. So it's great prices. But while we find the winner for that, we'll jump back to gameplay. So at this point, I always wanted to ask too, I'm sure you can also educate the players. At the bottom you see that rage burst kind of, maybe that's not the name, I'm just thinking that, but the level 3 right now you have that. Yeah, the system going. Could you explain what that is?
So those are power-ups that your teammates are able to serve over to you. I mean, you can also do like the same thing where is it? It's actually not in here. It's a way where it's like, you know, they're giving you these extra charge boosts that, you know, give you. That one gave me like an extra shot that I was able to do. So like the next time it comes up, then like see how I can do the condensed culpifier.
Gotcha.
So switch over to the gun. Aim at this fool and then get smacked by him.
Just get run over.
Yeah.
But that's really cool. So at that point, it's not always that static thing. It's going to be different every time. For the most part, it's going to range between those. That's really awesome. That adds that extra layer of gameplay, which I always appreciate.
No battle in this game feels the same, I guess you could say. Like, I mean, I've played through multiple different demos for it, and it's like, you know, each time it's fun because it's like, you know, sometimes you end up pulling off some really cool moves, and sometimes you're just like, oh, I'm really kind of getting worked by this
right now,
by this enemy. So
I won't lie, I played the demo a few times. I've never been able to beat this boss. So my hopes go to you right now. With that, have we found a random winner?
We do.
Who is that random winner?
Is Lord Toronto.
Lord Toronto.
Yep. And
congratulations, Lord Toronto.
We've messaged him on Twitch, so.
Is it whisper system or just message?
Just a message.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, please respond back to that, Lore Toronto. If we don't get a response back, maybe by the time the stream ends, we'll have to award another person because we do want people who are watching proactively, being active, to win these prizes. Because we love you all. I'll give you all a high five if I could.
People are asking a lot about the God Eater anime. If we know anything about additional seasons or anything like that.
I don't have information on that, but one of the cool things about people have asked me a lot of questions about how is the anime related to the game, and did you already give the answer to did the person already answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have Linka as the main character, but that's
blue-haired.
basically the guy that I'm running around with right now. That would be Linka.
That would be Linka, yes.
You can watch the anime and you can get a good idea of the story and the world, but then it doesn't necessarily spoil the game experience.
Not so much, yeah.
I find that it's kind of more that cool feeling of being able to actualize an anime that you watched and you're a fan of.
Yeah,
so.
you can kind of place yourself, you love the anime, you really enjoyed that, you can kind of place yourself in that same spot, except not build your own story with it. I've been watching the anime and I haven't finished it yet, but there's I think it's episode 9 when they came back from the break. They have an episode where it focuses on Linka and his backstory, and I think that's a really good episode. Kind of builds on the same kind of morals of how mature and how graphic the anime, the games can be. So I always appreciate that synergy between these two products. With this, so I am being the God Eater noob I am. Is there any way to tell if the origami, if they seem weaker, if they're at half health or?
There's this, once the origami starts running out of health, it's going to start running over towards areas for it to start devouring and gaining back its health. So, and one of the places where it typically runs to is an area, see he ran over here, but that's where there's a pickup for you.
Oh,
and
I
stuff
see.
like
So
that.
you're proactively trying to get that away from me. Gotcha. Nice. And right now you're utilizing that spear, as we mentioned before off screen, but yeah, you're a fan of the spear. You were talking about how it's nice that you're able to do those quick succession attacks, and it kind of gives you that variety as well.
But it's also really strong at the same time. So.
But with that, while Steven is in the battle of his life, is there let's pop another question if we can, Jay.
Do you have any information about the subbing and dubbing of the game?
Oh yes.
So the North American version is going to be all in English, which is something really cool because normally I'm someone who's more of a fan of, if there's anime that I'm watching, I'm going to be watching it in Japanese.
Same.
But the English voice work for this has been really, really quite surprisingly amazing. It's quite a treat to be able to play a JRPG with quality voice dub. And then it's I wish the fans that are watching could hear the operator that's coming out of the little speaker on the controller.
PlayStation 4 controller, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool because you have this operator that's giving you guys instructions from the home base, and it feels really authentic to have it coming out of this little comm speaker that's on your controller.
So I guess the added benefit of playing on the PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have could you go over one more time the dates when you do that? The shooters that they're going to go up, when they're going to go up?
So fans can pre-order God Eater 2 Rageverse, the Day 1 edition right now. I believe there's a listing that's on GameStop. It should be coming up on Amazon relatively soon and other retailers. And I think you can also pre-order at our web store.
The Bandai
Namco ENTstore.com.
Yes. I believe so, yes. Or you just go to our website and the store button's right over there.
That was a strong hit.
Oh man, you got knocked down, but thankfully their teammates are smart. They're going to Soma, my man Soma.
Safia's still alive.
With that, I've seen questions or repeating questions in chat about pricing. Once again, God Eater Resurrection. All right, you took it down.
I only died once. Right at the end too.
God Eater Resurrection. God Eater Resurrection will be $19.99. God Eater 2 Rageverse will be $39.99, and then on Steam for both you can get them for $49.99.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty amazing
deal. And $59.99 for PS4.
$59. Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
And with that too, at least with God Eater Resurrection, I know there's at least 80 plus hours of gameplay. At least for me, where I want to
base
try to get
game,
the best
it's around 80 hours,
yeah.
And then if you wanted to do all the side missions, max out everything, you could easily put 200 hours into this guy.
Yeah. So at that point, for me, I know I'm going to be picking up Resurrection Day 1 to prepare myself for 2 Rageverse.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people asking about
Thanks.
a demo for either of the games.
We don't have any news on a demo yet, but you know, definitely follow us. We have dedicated Twitter and Facebook for God Eater. It's God Eater Den or at God Eater Den. And then you can also check out our website. It's www.god-eater.com.
Yeah.
You know, if you sign up there, it's really cool. You can post comments on like, you know, all the different content that we're putting out. Like we have some developer diaries. You know, a lot of cool stuff that we have planned, and like we do really want to encourage people to, you know, let us know, like, you know, what things are you really excited about? What things are you thinking are really cool? Because you know, we really take that that fan feedback into consideration for all of our choices moving forward. So.
With that, we'll do our next question in about 5 minutes. Steve, I'm going to move it to you if you can think of a question, God Eater related, and then we'll poke you in 5 minutes to see what the question is. Have another chance for people to win a copy of God Eater Resurrection on your platform of choice and all these great anime titles, games on Steam, Funimation subscription, stickers.
And could you guys go one more time the really cool, the pre-order stuff, or the special costumes that we have coming?
Sure, special costumes.
Yep. So in the whether you're pre-ordering for Steam, you're getting the launch edition for PS Vita, or you're getting the day one edition for PS4, there's these DLC like anime collaboration costumes that we have that are really cool. So Sword Art Online Hollow Realization,
Yes.
Tales of Zestiria, and both these costume sets, they were not released in Japan. We're having them created special for the West, so they're actually you know,
That's a first.
brand new. And then the costume items for Tokyo Ghoul. So you know, I'm really excited about being able to, you know, put on like Kaneki's mask like on your face.
Wow. It's terrifying. That mask, maybe that's why I don't watch it, because I'm not a fan of scary stuff.
It's a really cool series though. Like you know, I've watched both Tokyo Ghoul Root, you know, and fans can watch it at Funimation, whether you watch it on Funimation's app on PlayStation, going to their website. It's a really cool series because, like, you know, it's gritty. It has a lot of violence in it, but I mean, I feel like it's very calculated. You know, I mean, it's like it's not just there for gore's sake. Like there is a lot of gore in it because, you know, I'm not going to spoil any of the story.
Sure.
It's all really cool to find out. But it's really interesting seeing this kind of like each of these characters with like character struggle, this kind of lack of choice of you are who you are, and people in this world, like, you know, you might seem like, you know, you're supposed to be a bad person because, you know, of
the X or Y reason, I guess.
Yes, but, you know, maybe that's just how things are for you. You know,
lots of people are excited about the day one edition. They're just a little nervous because they want to make sure there's no other special editions planned or anything like that.
No, this is the special edition for God Eater. So, you know, and it is limited. So, you know, make sure you snatch it up before it disappears.
I'll pick mine up.
I need to pick up mine up too.
Yeah. With that, you've only enticed me more to watch Tokyo Ghoul. I think I'll spend you know, my next weekend with that, just power through it and see what happens. With that, have you thought of your question?
So, what branch of Fenrir does Elisa come from?
Oh, I should know this. But all right, put your. So the question once again is, what branch of Fenrir is Alicia from God Eater? Please put that in the Twitch TV chat. We'll give you guys 2 to 3 minutes to answer it. And once again, if you do win, you're going to win a copy of God Eater Resurrection on the platform of your choice, and an awesome Play Anime pack, which has games, stickers, subscription stuff, papercraft, all that great stuff. But I'm going to take my chances right now, see if I can take down this boss.
Yeah, don't die.
Probably will, at least once or twice.
Don't die.
But I'm starting to become a fan of the scythe. I'm a spectacle of flair, and like when you swing around the scythe a lot, it is a lot of that movement, a lot of that. I don't want to say twirling because it doesn't sound very manly, but you know,
twirling can be manly.
True,
you know,
true.
You can twirl.
Oh, there you go. First test. But yeah, I like it. So maybe that'll be my main once the game comes out. Who knows? All right. Oh, but with that,
I can't wait to see the cosplayers. for this. Like, I mean, like, I know that there's already
yeah.
people that do some, like, God Eater cosplay, but I mean, like, you think, like, when you go to, like, an anime convention, you see, or even, like, a gaming convention, you see the people that do, like, the League of Legends kind of stuff, where it's, like, you know, they have these full armor, these gigantic weapons and all that stuff. So being able to walk into an anime convention and see people in God Eater cosplay, I'm super excited.
I'm gonna say this now. If you're wearing God Eater cosplay at Anime Expo, you're gonna go on the official Bandai Namco Instagram. I'm gonna take a picture of you. You're gonna be shown to thousands of people. It's gonna happen. So if you're planning it already, please do it. Maybe I'll cosplay as God Eater. No, probably won't happen because I already committed to JoJo's.
Don't pick
the
Soma.
last live stream.
Pick Soma. That's the one that I'd want to do. So.
But yeah, that's gonna happen. All right, with that, so the question was, which branch is Alicia from Fenrir a part of? That works. And the answer is Steven?
She's from the Russian branch.
All right, and with that, Joe.
Chat do that.
Okay, and with that, who is our next lucky winner?
The person's name is Oh Hey Mike K.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
Mike. Okay.
So
Good name. It's a good name.
We just sent him a message through Twitch.
All right, yeah. So please respond through Twitch. Oh, hey, Mike K. And with that, we'll respond back to you, and then we'll reward anyone who wins after the stream. We'll get your information then. But if you don't respond by the time the stream ends, we're going to need to find another winner because we do want to award people who have been watching diligently, who have been participating. And there I go again. But with that,
Let's see, Soma's so nice.
I think so. You know, with my very poor understanding of the game since I played such a long time ago, and I've been watching the anime, Soma plays a big part in how, like, the whole God Eater initiative started and all that. I'm a big fan of his mom. I'll say that. But with that, it's like, is this in the same vein? Does he play that very, like, kind of pivotal role, like kind of explaining some stuff in the game as well?
Well, I mean, like, you know, he has an interesting family.
Yes.
And I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's from the anime that's in the game. I mean, like, pretty much they're going through that same kind of pace of introducing stuff. The anime is going to have a lot more filling in, like, little gaps with, like, more nuance, I guess. But, you know, I mean, it's taking the story from the game. So I mean, this is always like that cool thing where most anime games are like, you know, it's like the manga comes out, anime comes later, hobby toys, then games. This one is kind of the complete reverse, where, you know, God Eater came out, which spawned hobby toys, you know, and which spawned like manga and anime.
That is
so,
true, yeah.
you know, it's kind of like that reverse. So,
Can you guys talk about some of the progression mechanics in the game? A lot of people are asking exactly how are you leveling up? How does your character building up?
Sure. So you can learn, like, so if you've seen him doing some of his, like, devour tactics, you learn different ones that you're able to equip. That you know, as you play through, as you level up your character, you learn new movesets. You know, so it stays fresh. But then also, it's like, you know, you get new weapons that are stronger. You know, there's a heavy crafting component to this game.
Gotcha. So there's always like that, whether you be kind of like understanding combat or leveling your items or weapons, there's always like kind of that carrot at the end for you to always achieve. Even after, let's say, you think you've gotten like the strongest thing, there's always something that could be slightly better. Yeah. Which I always appreciate, and which I always lose so many hours to. So I think it'd be the exact same for this one. And
tearing it up with that sight.
Oh yeah, fire doesn't faze me. With that, Jay, did the two winners, have they responded back to us?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right.
I've heard back from.
Great. So we'll do like another giveaway a little bit later. Hopefully after I could beat this wonderful boss. But with that, we'll take any other questions people might have. There we go.
Look at that.
Take that, Hannibal Lecter.
We're asking where you got your T-shirt.
Oh.
Very excited about the T-shirt.
That's true. I wish we had more of these, but when we had an event over in our Japan headquarters at Jump Festa, and I was able to snag one of these T-shirts. I'm not sure if I was able to, but I took one.
Well, it looks like you were able to.
Well, I mean, yeah. But yeah, we were able to get them there. So if there's another means to get them, I do not know. But you know, I'm sure God Eater stuff, if there's enough demand, stuff could come out of them. So we'll see.
No, we have a lot of cool stuff planned for God Eater. I mean, during the summer we have a whole slew of events that we go to. Like, we're at Wizard World. We're going to be at a lot of different anime conventions with our anime tour. Definitely like Anime Expo. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to come up with some cool God Eater stuff for people to be able to get. Everyone loves that swag.
Yeah, let us know on our social medias, please.
Do you know, I think you might have already set up the PlayStation Network pre-order.
That one's going to be going up on 6/28. So the day that God Eater Resurrection launches, you'll be able to pre-order God Eater 2 Rage Burst. So it's not like you're going to be like, oh, well, I bought the game, and then, it's a week later. No, it's like that day when it's available. It's just like if you want to have both, pre-order God Eater 2 Rage Burst, and then you're going to get God Eater Resurrection right away.
Gotcha. Which I'm going to be getting day one.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break from gameplay and actually show. I wanted to show off the opening movie, which is available on our YouTube and just in general. It's really good, and Steven, he is an expert in.
Yeah, this is actually like playing a little bit before when we were talking, but the animation for the game was done by Ufotable.
Yes.
So
people might know of them.
They might know who they are. I mean, they've done, of course, the God Eater anime, which is gorgeous. Like, I mean, I was actually quite surprised. I had kind of this stigma for CG anime. Saw a lot of them where I was like, it looks kind of like the movements are kind of stunted, and like it seems kind of like it's like 15 frames a second. Like everyone's kind of like really jerky. But I was blown away by how beautiful the God Eater anime was.
Oh yes.
Like it's gorgeous. And the animation that they did for the game, I mean, it's not using 3D. Like this is kind of more in the traditional kind of anime sense, but
it's like that same vein of it.
But I mean, it's wonderful. Like I really love it. And they're also, they did a lot of the animations for Tales of series.
Oh yes.
So
I love those open cutscenes. It's like the way you were talking about before, like the animation works from like the transition from 3D to 2D. It's like I feel like nowadays, it's just because I watch it, but like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it has those moments where it's like that 3D transition into the 2D animation where God Eater anime is just strictly all 3D, but they still make it work. It's like gorgeously.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like blocky or like it's very. They do a good job with the depth.
Yeah.
Like everything feels very much like how a traditional anime looks.
Yeah. And I believe, we can't hear it, but I believe the opening music for this is really awesome.
Oh yeah, the song's my jam. Yeah. It's like if I'm working at an event and it's like, I get to hear it like for a while where it's like, it goes like once or twice, I'm just like, yeah, let's hear that song.
Repeat please, yes. Yeah. But with that, we probably only have 10-15 minutes left in the stream, and we thank everyone for watching. We really appreciate it. We'll probably do the last giveaway soon. We'll do a little bit more gameplay. It looks like Jay has something to say though.
Do you know if saves from Resurrection get carried over to God Eater 2 at all?
We don't have any information on that.
Okay. Look out for announcing though. If we do have anything to say, we'll definitely let you guys know via our social media feeds.
There's more stuff coming.
Oh no, we have plenty more stuff coming. I mean, definitely. Again, checking out, staying tuned into our social channels. So, Bandai Namco US,
Twitter,
Facebook,
Tumblr,
God Eater Den
Instagram,
on Twitter, Facebook,
www. All the social media.
GodEater.com. There's people are defying gods everywhere. Yeah. Yes.
So you can check MySpace, God Eater 2. No, don't check that. It doesn't exist. No.
Don't go to Friendster. No.
Friendster, yeah. With that, we'll answer a few more questions, do our last giveaway. Anything the chat's been clamoring about, Jay, or does everyone look pretty?
A lot of people have been coming and going, so a lot of people have questions about.
Tell me about the day one. Okay, I'm going to go. Tell me about the day one. Okay, I'm going to buy it now.
Exactly. So we'll get all that information up later. We already talked about the voices. What else?
I mean, what was the last game that you bought that came with a full free game, and not just like here's like a small little mini game or like a classic? I mean, this is a full 100-hour game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like you're getting the whole set together. I mean, like it makes a lot of sense because the story between the two, there's continuity between God Eater Resurrection and God Eater 2 Rage Burst.
Uh-huh.
So it's for that anime fan collector that's just like, I got to get all the things, and that's me. So I'm just like,
I want to say that's not me anymore, but that's still me.
If I wasn't working here, I would be freaking out about the offer, and I work here, and I'm kind of freaking out about the offer. So
nice. That's a good sign.
mhm.
Oh, no. Oh. All right. I thought yes. All right.
And we've also been doing like a lot of stuff to make sure that
Ooh, I love that transition.
Since this game has come out in Japan, we wanted to make sure that we are doing special things for the West. So like, like with the Sword Art Online Hollow Realization and Tales of Zestiria DLC,
Yes.
but also with the, and this is for God Eater 2 Rage Burst, but we redid the key art for that, the box
the
art
key art
for
looks
it.
amazing.
Yeah, like
It
was
amazing.
a lot of work, and
Yeah.
you know, our friends over at Maverick did an amazing job
Maverick.
putting it together. It's just gorgeous. Like I could not be happier with
Yeah.
it. So. Wanted to make sure that, you know, we're giving the fans over here something unique and special, so that, you know, everyone knows that we do care about them. And
People
Yes.
are wondering if there's anything, since it's already been out in Japan, is there anything like missing in the, when it's coming to the US, or is all that content included?
all the content's included. There is a little slight edit here and there just to make sure that we were able to keep within rating.
Okay.
But, you know, nothing that I think is a glaring omission or anything like that.
With that, we'll think of our final question soon. Well, so right now we'll let you know we're thinking of a final question. Once again, you'll have a chance to win a copy of God Eater Resurrection on the platform of your choice. You're going to win a Play Anime box, which has this craftable paper craft, has these wonderful stickers. It has stuff I dropped. It has 3 additional games available on Steam for you to download immediately. It has subscriptions to Funimation and all these other great stuff. So
What are the games that they can download?
it's going to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It's going to be Pirate Warriors 3 One Piece, which is a great game. And I'm getting attacked. It's going to be, and the last one's going to be Naruto Shippuden 3 Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution. Yes. Tongue twister. Yeah. So.
That was a mouthful of Naruto. Right?
Yeah. But that's like just watching stream, getting 3 games, getting 4 games, getting.
Getting good games too. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm not crazy.
Pirate Warriors.
I'm not crazy about Musos, but the One Piece, like having be in that world and being so realized, and the characters just being just as you imagine them in the anime. Absolutely love it. So
I mean, it's great for people who want to kind of express themselves through the story and just kind of be like, you know, hey, I want to get to what's going on currently, so I'm just going to go through. Each chapter is its own story arc. It's pretty awesome. And also, Naruto Ninja Storm Revolution was so good. Like, I think that one had like almost 100 characters. So
yes, so many wonderful characters.
Yeah.
And with that, the last question, if you can take the control from me,
yeah, sure.
The last.
Why'd you have to put me on the hardest stage?
Oh yes. The last question for today is, and it's going to be super tough. I'm sorry, guys, but it's going to be, what platform are you most excited to play on for God Eater Resurrection?
Wow.
I know it's tough.
ColecoVision. That one's my
We got
favorite.
Coleco, we got Atari, we got the Famicom.
You can side chat it on the N-Gage. You know?
Only available on the.
Were you alive when the N-Gage came out?
Hell, oh, my friend had the N-Gage, and I was so jealous of him. But that's when.
Was there a game that you wanted for it? Like, what were you jealous
I
of?
guess the concept of being able to talk on your cellular phone and
To
also
be able to
play
side chat it like the little ear taco?
Yeah.
That's always
I
fun.
don't know. But yeah, after like immediately, maybe like the next week, I was like, oh no, this is stupid. He wasted like $300 or something. But yeah, N-Gage. Yeah, it's coming to all those great platforms, guys. Not really. Just PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Steam, guys. So once again, God Eater Resurrection, PlayStation 4, Vita, and Steam. With that, I'm loving some of the answers in chat. People are Dreamcast. I think I saw a Game Boy Macro. But yeah, with that, would you say, we're kind of going the last legs of this stream. Is there anything else you really want to kind of let the players know, Steven, that regarding God Eater Resurrection, or just God Eater in general?
Just that, we're all over here at Bandai Namco. We're really, really excited to be able to bring the series back out to the West.
Yeah.
I think that there's a definite want and a definite need for more monster slaying style games on next-gen consoles. It's typically been there's a lot on maybe some other gen consoles,
Sure.
but there's definitely a lack that's on PlayStation 4 that I'm hoping God Eater does a good job of filling.
I see. Yes.
But yeah, but I mean, like, you know, it's like with the offer that we have on being able to BOGO with the titles and being able to get like the special anime collaboration DLC. You know, this really is something that, you know, all of us in the office are just really excited about. We want to make sure that we're bringing out the best product possible to the West and doing things that we know the fans will really resonate to.
Perfect. Ooh, lost my train of thought. Yeah, perfect.
Do you guys have any, I have the winner, so we can announce that whenever. But also, we were asking about just the Vita version of the game. We didn't talk about too much. Do you guys have any details that you want?
I believe it's the same.
Yeah, PlayStation Vita. I mean, it's the same game. It has connectivity with the PlayStation 4 cross save,
which is amazing.
It will only be digital only though for the Americas.
Well, yeah.
God Eater 2. Resurrection is digital only.
God Eater Resurrection is digital across the board. God Eater 2 is also going to be digital for PlayStation Vita.
Hey.
The winner is, you might have to re-announce this over here, but
Sure.
Sears Starwaker.
Sears Starwaker. So congratulations to Sears Starwaker. I'm not sure what your answer was, but I assume you put Nerve Gear, which I saw a lot, and I appreciate it. So congratulations to you. All you got to do is we sent you a message. Just shoot us a message back saying, hey, you know, thank you, I won, or I like turtles, and his email. And with that, we'll get back to you right away and send you those awesome prizes. And thank you again, guys. And thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Love you all. But with that, we're pretty much on the last legs of the live stream.
Are we going to be, you can tell them maybe about us streaming more God Eater in the future as we get closer to that?
Yeah, we're definitely going to do a God Eater 2 Rageburst stream. You know, once we're able to get some more, some new content that we can show for God Eater Resurrection, you know.
Last second. Oh, sorry.
No, and I mean, you know, and definitely, like, you know, let us know on our social channels, like, things that you guys want to know about God Eater, things that, like, you want to see. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff. We've only really scratched the surface. And for anyone who's curious about more, you can check out the God Eater anime, also available on Crunchyroll, Hulu, Daisuki.net.
I need to go Daisuki a lot more, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with that, guys, you know, we'll answer maybe one or two more questions before we head out if you want to poke at those, Jay. But once again, I know I think a lot during these streams, but I really do. Thank you guys again for watching.
You
We
do
greatly
thank
appreciate
people quite a bit.
I do, yeah. It's it's a burden I carry. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate your viewership and your loyalty, and just you so excited about these titles as we are, because, you know, as I mentioned in so many multiple streams, I'm a weeaboo. I love anime games, manga. I love everything about Japan. And Steven in the same is in kind of the same vein where you just absolutely love anime. You love the video.
I know a little bit more Japanese than a weeaboo may, but I totally understand what you mean. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's like the reason why we do this is because this is the stuff that we love. So
Yes.
you know, we're really lucky to be able to be bringing out, you know, content that normally in my own life I would be a super fanboy
yeah,
for.
I'd be
you
picking
know?
up day one.
Exactly.
So yeah, we thank you guys again. But with that, Jay, are there any more questions you want to put on? No?
Nothing we need to hold up the stream for. It's all good.
Oh.
Tell everyone thanks for being so nice. Everyone was super positive.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
you thanked anyone.
Oh, that's right. I haven't thanked anyone yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone,
how silly of me.
The chat was very, very kind and helpful.
Yeah, so yeah, and thanks to you people in the Twitch TV chat for being so positive for the past like several live streams. Not only this one, but for JoJo's, for Naruto, everyone has been so positive and friendly in the chat. So we really love that positivity, and we really want that to continue on. So we thank you guys so much again. But I guess with that, we've pretty much said everything we could. We'll say God Eater Resurrection launches again on June 28th, PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, Steam.
Steam is actually going to be coming on August 30th
August
with
30th,
God Eater
sorry.
2 Rageburst on PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita.
And it's how much on Steam?
It's going to be $49.99 on Steam, and you get both God Eater Resurrection and God Eater 2 Rageburst.
Crazy.
It's going to be $39.99 on PlayStation Vita, and it's going to be $59.99 for PlayStation 4 for the Day 1 edition.
Which I'll get.
And God Eater Resurrection, when it comes out digitally on 6/28, it's going to be $19.99.
Crazy. But
Deals!
savings.
Yep.
But with that, one last thank you. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. Thank you, Stephen, for taking the time to be on the stream and to talk to all these wonderful people. Thank you to Jay for watching the chat and messaging us winners. And thanks to our video guys who are so awesome and setting all this up. We really appreciate it. We have another live stream planned for next month, obviously. We won't say yet, but you just look to our social media feeds for that information. Once again, I'm David Lee from the Bandai community team, Stephen Akata from the brand team who is working on Guide Eater, and we'll see you guys next time. Yeah, thanks.
Later.